It's mock draft season, so let's do another one. We've got a few picks left in the first round to go through. Let's see what comes up. Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy, your daily NBA fantasy podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd, and okay then, let's be friends instead and not do this. We play for the same team of making awesome content. I genuinely love to hang with you. We seem like a natural fit, right? We complement one another. Why do this? I'm also the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com, and today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Thank you also for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We're free. We are, of course, available on all platforms. Let's get into talking about a mock draft. We have got pick 5, pick 6, pick 9, pick 12, and a 14-team league mock to go. So that's going to come up. We will, of course, to make the mock drafts flow nicer, get our sponsors talked about now. Thank them for their great work and in supporting the show. Do that right now. I know there's a few of them that get stuck together and it's early, but that's so the other 35, 40 minutes of the show become all just smooth sailing. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. The NFL season is here and FanDuel has an offer that you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right, you pick a bet, you put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. You can use them on same-game parlays, you can use them live betting, spreads, totals, player props, whatever it is, you can do it over on FanDuel with your bonus bets. So, what are you waiting for? Go to FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. And don't forget to gamble responsibly. All right, so we are talking now, we're getting into this mock draft. So let's see what pick we're actually going to make into the mock. Let's see where we're at. I said we had those 5 different options available to us. So let's spin the wheel and see what comes up for the mock today. Oh, it's going to be 12, isn't it? Yep. All right, it is pick 12 that we are doing for this mock draft, which means that I am starting with a Karl-Anthony Towns beginning to the draft. So we'll get ready for that one. I will tell you who else is bringing you today's show, and that is, of course, the big fellas over at Wayfair. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, and that can be exciting. But when you get your home ready for guests and celebrations, it can feel like a lot. Maybe what you need, your serving stuff, needs to be updated, or your guest room needs new bedding. But the holidays are coming, you need to attend to that. Wayfair has everything you need to get your home holiday ready, from Christmas trees and wreaths to bedding, cookware, and outdoor inflatables. It's the one-stop shop for every room in your house. It makes it easier to personalize your home for the holidays because whatever your style is and budget, Wayfair is going to have items for you. So get over there, check out what you need. Tables, chairs, beds, pillows, design elements, decor, serving, silverware. Check all that out over at Wayfair. Get organized, refreshed, and ready for the holidays for way less. Head to Wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's Wayfair.com. Wayfair. Also, let me try that again. Wayfair.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Today's episode is also brought to you by Game Time. The NBA season is here, and nothing beats being in the stands to watch your favorite team. Live sports is better than watching it on TV. It just is. The atmosphere is there, and you want to go see your team win games. And with Game Time, there's never been a better way to be able to do that. Game Time gives the fans the advantage through their app. It is the ultimate life hack for scoring amazing NBA tickets fast, easy, and stress-free. The price that you see is the price you pay. They've got the zone deals as well, where they pick a seat for you in that particular area that you want to sit in, and it saves you money too. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA. $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That is LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Should we mock? Let's mock. All right, we're off and running. I think we are. I haven't even told them yet. Leave Towns for me. Leave Towns for me. So, pick 1. We're ready. Nash D Fitness making this mock draft pick. I'm picking at 12, like we said. We're not doing third round reversal, so I get the flip around at round 1, 2, and then a bit of a wait. to get that back in. Let's see how have we started here. Jokic and Wemby 1 and 2. Oh, obviously very standard stuff. Doncic 3. I'm going to guess it's Shea next. And then I'm guessing Giannis. Although I've had multiple people in the last day say, hey, are you considering maybe taking Cade at 5 over Giannis? No, I'm not. I like Cade a lot. I've consistently been higher on Cade than most people, almost anybody. But maybe I'm not as high as that on him this season. I don't know. I like Cade a lot. Obviously, is this bloke going to pick? Bro. All right, Anthony Davis goes at 6. I do not like that one. I don't like Davis at 6. I've said this many times. Cade at 6 is fine. Cade at 6 or 7 is fine. Whatever. I'm seeing Ant Edwards slide. He was going at 5 in some drafts, and now we're at 8 and he hasn't gone, and Booker goes ahead of him. That is interesting. I thought that people were fully just Dutch ruddering with Anthony Edwards, and it was going to, he was going to push higher and higher, but he's down at 9 in this one, which is interesting. And I can see that happening. I can understand that. Bro. All right, mate. Do not take Towns, as the note suggested. Bro. Good times. Good times. This guy does it again. Bro. Don't take Towns. I know you can't hear me. I'm just going to swap it out for somebody. If he does it this time, I'm just swapping it for Trae Young. That's easy as that. All right, that's it. He's obviously not reading the chat. He's not listening. He's not paying attention. Bad luck. He's getting Trae Young. All right, let's see. This guy was here. Now he's back in. He asked for pick 11 and he gets him. So now let's take Karl-Anthony Towns. So I guess the next question is, what do I do after that? I really like Durant and I really like Harden being available here. I might lean into a situation of punting assists, I think. Not that Towns and Durant are bad at assists, but it's not. Now he's commenting, I picked Cat. Let's have a look. Durant goes at 13, Harden 14. Yep, to me that makes sense as the top grouping there. The order I would have had was a little bit different, but now things are a little different. Now, Jay, you're back on the clock, man. Do you want to take Towns with this pick? He should be there for you. Bro, you're actually going to time out now? My actual guy. What is this guy doing? Pick. Jay, I love having a villain in every mock. There we go. Evan Mobley. That is interesting. 15 for Mobley. Okay. I'm not massively against it. It's not probably what I would have done, but it's an interesting pick. Now we've just got a 10-year wait until we get back to my one. So he's gone Mobley with Trae. Obviously he didn't pick Trae, but whatever. So this guy just auto-picks Sabonis. What is going on is a good question. So he was in the chat. I don't know what was going on. You tell me. He does have him. What is happening? Oh my God, this is annoying me. I'm going to pause this for a second. Oh no, we're back in business. He took Amen Thompson. I don't know what he is on about. Anyway, that's fine. Amen Thompson. Then went Şengün at 17. We're seeing Amen in this area. Amen's hitting free throws in the preseason, by the way. I'd like to see a larger sample size than 12, but he's hitting them. He's hit his three-pointers at a pretty good level as well. Obviously, you're going to see the toxic positivity accounts coming in and saying, "Oh man, if he learns to shoot, it's all over." Which again, sure, whatever. I'm not going to buy it off 12 shots. It's important. It's impressive. It's encouraging for Amen Thompson to be hitting shots like that. It's not going to change my thoughts on how we look to him and what his weaknesses and strengths are yet. I'd like to see more than 2.5 preseason games before we make that call. But it is encouraging, absolutely. Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Maxey, 19 and 20 after Sabonis went at 18. And then the Bronco at 21. Absolutely despise that pick of Jalen Williams there. I hate it. I don't think he's going to be there opening night. I think there's a risk that he might not be there, honestly, until November. I'm not sure the value's there anyway. I don't get the pick at all. After Williams was Holmgren, who I also don't like there. Scott Barnes at 23 and Giddey at 24. I would have had Giddey higher than that. And then Reeves goes at 25. Now, I do believe that Austin Reeves is a third-round player this season. Pick 25 is no third-round. Obviously not. Should I feel like being a dickhead. Say, no, there is. But there's not. Jalen Brunson goes at 27, which I definitely don't like him in the second round. The second round. I don't mind it there. I think there are other guys that I would prefer, like, for example, Donovan Mitchell. Why did he just go that late? What happened there? I had someone on one of my shows where I talked about Brunson being a bust in the second round. So, man, you're so wrong. It's so bad. He's just going to beat ADP like he does every year. Like, he didn't, though, like last season at all. So, not sure where we're getting that from. After Mitchell is 29, Siakam 30, Banchero 31. I've got to start to lock back in because it's coming around to my pick. As I've got the two bigs there, I will need some guards, obviously. I need to really make sure that scoring stays strong. And steals are putrid at the moment. And despite having a big man, my blocks aren't good. So they're fine. They're not bad. Is it too early for you guys if I was to suggest Kristaps Porzingis? Probably. I'm going to take Jaren with one of these picks. Zion goes after Banchero 32, Jamal Murray 31, Banchero. Let me talk in a second. Miles Turner goes. I'm going to take Jaren. I could have taken Porzingis there as well. I'm not going to do both. All right, so what is the next pick, though, for me? I'm going to Flag go. I'm going to take Flag. Let's go. He's already got point guard eligibility, which is crazy. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward. Don't tell me he's got the 4 eligibility. No, only 3. That's wild. He's a power forward and he's got 3 position eligibilities that don't include power forward, Cooper Flag. So I took him at 37 after taking Jaren Jackson at 36. That's good because Cooper Flag, obviously, he's point guard eligible here. And if I am not paying attention to assists, I still need to fill out the point guard slot to maximize my games played every week. LeBron at 38, auto pick. Again, didn't you auto pick before? Can I go back, please? Hurry up. No more rewinds. Zubats at 39 is a dreadful pick. Absolutely not interested in that whatsoever. Apologies to you, Jay. You're my villain, man. Porzingis goes at 40, which he is creeping up. Again, he is healthy. Kawhi is healthy. These guys are healthy. They are risks, obviously. But the value of them is enticing, clearly. Demetrius Morant, I don't think that he's missing much time, honestly. If any. He is okay in this area. Dyson Daniels should be going soon. There goes LeBron, which is better than where he went before, but still not loving it. Dyson Daniels, Denny Avdia, Kawhi Leonard should be guys that are going soon. There goes Avdia at 43. It was interesting how they've been rotating their starting lineup, right? And I said I wanted to watch this. The Denny came off the bench in one game. I went, okay, let's see who else they actually do bring off the bench. One of them was Jeremy Grant. Okay, so they did that. But in the game where both Grant and Avdia started together, it wasn't that Kamara came off the bench. He just didn't play. So is that like what they feel about Kamara? Like we don't want to see you on the bench at all in that role. You have no shot of being a bench player. So I don't know. That was marginally interesting to me. After Avdia at 43 goes Kawhi 44 and Daniels 45, the 3 guys I just chucked into the queue. So bye-bye. Not that they were ever coming back to me at pick 60, but they're all gone now. We should be looking Kobe White, OG Anunoby, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Miller, maybe Embiid soon. There goes Butler at 48. No, 46 because I can't count. Wagner 47. I'm much happier with Franz Wagner in this spot than when you see him go in round 3. This is much more reasonable and I think valuable as a draft spot. Obviously, I haven't addressed it yet, but I will now. Russell Westbrook signing with the Kings. I've heard this rumor since like the middle of July. It makes no sense. This team is one of the most idiotic teams. What are they doing? What are you doing? And the fact that they pursued Kuminga as well. This team, they are dreadful. And this hurts. I was down on every Kings player already for their ADP. This hurts it even more. So who plays guard? Levine? Yep, Levine's there. You're going to have Schroeder? Cool. Monk? Yep. Westbrook? Yep. Alice? Cool. What about Devin Carter? Does he ever play? Like, how do these guys fit in? I don't think I'd even be bothered drafting Monk. This hurts Alice a lot. Schroeder's value's down. Westbrook is not worth it in any 12-team leagues. And Sabonis, DeRozan, Levine are all been going too high. It is just asinine decision. Why do they need him? Why do they need Westbrook? Another player who can't shoot. Another player who needs the ball in his hands, like DeRozan, like Levine, like Schroeder, like Monk, like Sabonis. Why? And still no forwards. Bro, so frustrating, the decision-making. After Embiid went at 49, it was De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Miller, Vooch, Kobe White. I like the white one there. Williams, I would have liked to wait maybe a little bit. Randall, 55 is fine. I like Pirtle there at 56. Now we go to my man P Money, who takes Desmond Bane at 57, which is definitely more in line with where I believe Desmond Bane should be going. Peyton Pritchard next is a good pick from you, Jay. I'm not going to just tell you that every pick is bad because they're not. That one was good. I do need to make sure I'm getting steals, so that would mean that the Jedi works on my squad. But what do I do with the next selection? Positionally, I still need guys. Why? OG's got no small forward eligibility. You know what? I'm going to take Jordan Poole here. Get a guard, get some scoring, get some threes, get some free throw percentage. His assists are fine, but they're not super high. And also remember, if I'm punting assists, I do not have to avoid players who get assists. That is not a thing that matters. Darius Garland goes at 63. I would have considered him at my pick. I am concerned about A, his injury, but B, just how long it does take him on a ramp up, which always seems to take him a long time. Asar Thompson, 64. While he was also a consideration for me at the Anunoby Poole combination, I clearly did not go that way, but I could have. What are we looking at now? The other one I didn't mention that I wanted to maybe grab Matas Buzelis where I did. I went with Anunoby instead, but Buzelis is going to go really soon. Shaden Sharp at 65. He is pushing very high. Levine at 66. All right. Also, Ingram needs to be going soon. Hartenstein 67 here. I think I was in the Roto World. No, I was in the Roto World mock draft yesterday, and I'm pretty sure Hartenstein went outside the top 100. Pretty sure, which was pretty wild at the time. Hate Michael Porter there at 69. Hate it. Durant at 68 is solid, and Walker Kessler at 70. I honestly just want to know what the Jazz are doing, so I know what they're doing. But I'm very concerned about where or how much he plays. Marketing goes next. Similarly with him, I'm not sure that I'd do either of those guys in round 6, just because of the concerns there. Ingram at 72. That could work out pretty well, and I do think this guy's going to take Buzelis on the way back around. If it was me, I would do it. Or does he go with like a Gobert or something? Because he took Embiid last time. Now takes Jalen Green, who is injured to start the season. Hurt his hamstring after maybe some may say coming back too early. I don't know. Who's to say? But he will miss the beginning of the season, which, again, one of the guys that you rely upon for never getting hurt, huh? He won't be there to begin the season. So I need to look at also Alex Sars. I just think of names to put in my queue. Emmanuel quickly goes 74. Yeah, I would have pushed Jalen back just a little bit from there because I worry that with an aggravation of a hamstring injury that they keep him out and be a little bit cautious for a little bit longer. What have your thoughts been on the performances of DeAndre Ayton in the preseason? I think that the first game was bad, obviously. I think he's been all right, and I think that this makes quite a bit of sense for him in this area, although he did get auto-drafted there. I think it does make sense for him to be selected around here, and I don't know, he's been pretty solid. By the way, Matos Buzelis has not gone, which I am surprised at. Jarrett Allen goes. I wouldn't have done that. There goes Buzelis. There was a chance he was getting back to me. 78 for Matos is... Actually, I thought he would go higher. Not that I necessarily would pick him there, because I could have and didn't. But he does go a little higher. Malcolm Brogdon retiring from the NBA today. That means that Landry Shamet will get that final roster spot. They can't sign both Shamet and Garrison Matthews, I believe, due to aprons, unless they make a trade of someone like a Paco Mdadiaye. Onyeka Okongwu is at 81, who was in my queue. DeRozan at 80 and Gobert at 79. I need to figure out what I'm doing now. Well, I do really like the look of Toumani Camara here. So is that who there goes Don Klingert at 82. I've been taking Lively a lot. Well, I'm not taking Simons there. That's a no from me. Or do I take the Wizard of Nas Reed? I'm going to take Nas there, actually. At 84. It is early. I understand that, but I'm trying to do something specific here. And then Toumani Camara onto the team. I am hearing a little bit of maybe Reed and his bench minutes, instead of being 24, they're going to be a little bit higher. Maybe 26, which obviously raises the floor. But I like getting Camara there. Camara, at the end of last season, was taking about 7 threes per game. Just keep an eye on that. And hitting them at a really high volume. I am not... Oh, Christian Brown doesn't normally go at that spot. I'm not certain how Camara keeps that going, but I don't know. He's turning into an incredibly good player. And I do believe in some sort of improvement for him this season. So how on earth... How is Camara literally a power forward only? Bro played shooting guard last season. How was Anunoby power forward only? These positions are killing me because Durant's power forward only as well. He won't be playing power forward this season. So it's going to be fine, right? When the season starts and Durant is playing at the 2 and the 3, which he will at times. But for now, it's frustrating on my squad. So I know that this team, Durant will update. OG will update because Towns will be the starting power forward. Reed may or may not get small forward, but Camara will. I'm certain of that. Well, he should. So it's just a little frustrating at the moment trying to fit my team in. So I guess I can look at making sure I get a small forward, but I'm going to have 2 or 3 guys appear as small forwards pretty soon. I've also got Cooper Flagg I can put it there, but he fills my point guard hole really nicely. Wiggins is at 9. Let's recap where I was at there. After Josh Hart was Drew Holiday. It's early, but it's fine. Mathurin, Nembhard. Mathurin before Nembhard. You don't really see that very often. Mikal Bridges, Paul George, Andy Wiggins, Rowan Barrett, and Kal-El Ware. Ware had been going higher, but you can see what happened in that one game that he started and he was bad. He was pushing higher, and then, let's push him back again. Reed Shepherd, 96. Zach Edey, 97. Edey, one of the hardest guys to sort of figure out in this area of a draft because certain he'll beat it per game, certain. It's just how long until he come back. Eason's at 98. Okay, Draymond at 99. These are strong picks. I'm not sure there's big upside in them necessarily, but they're good. Sexton at 100 is just, what are we talking about? It's pick 100. I know it's relatively late in, but what? Why would we? Why? What? I don't get it. Someone explain that to me. I think I need another big man with one of my picks. Even if it's just a Johnny Collins type, Derek Lively, or Kevin Porter. Well, there goes John Collins. Sexton, Collins, Porter, Powell. Maybe I'll throw Cam Johnson in my queue. I'll throw CJ in the queue. Aaron Gordon has been very good in the preseason, by the way. Just a quick mention. Cam Johnson, 104, so I can't get him. CJ gone, 105. So I'm back down to just having Lively. What about Harris? Bobby Port. Well, let's take Toby, who gives me small forward eligibility. No, power forward again, which is fine. What's my next pick, though? Herb Jones. All right, so Herb Jones also no shooting guard eligibility, which I don't make sense. Brian Ennis dead. What does that mean? What are you talking about? Herbert Jones, 109. Jaden Ivey, 110. I did want Lively there, and I hope that he gets back. Otherwise, I'm just going to go center flyer type. Cason Wallace, an interesting player this season, especially if Jalen is out for a long time. I still think that Wiggins has a shot to get some of those minutes. Same with Caruso, but I like Wallace a lot, and he's looked pretty good in preseason. Keontae at 112. It does seem like that the Jazz are going to start George, Bailey, Markkanen, Hendricks, and Kessler. That's what it seems like. They could throw any sort of curveball in there. Collier could get in there. Sensible maybe, but he's probably more going to be the sixth man. But that's what it seems like the Jazz will go with. Claxton's at 113. That's a good pick. Even though the Nets have the net silliness, it's a good pick. Well, there's Lively at 114, which I do like. And we're seeing Devin Vassell slide quite a bit here. Jabari Smith goes 115. And Cam Thomas sliding a lot as well. DiVincenzo, 116. Makes a lot of sense. Isaiah Jackson, 117. I'm certain he's going to start, but he's going to miss back-to-backs. He's going to be relatively limited minutes, and like Boston and like Charlotte, I think that the center spot is just going to be three guys rotating through. After Jackson goes Cason Wallace, Ace Bailey, Cam Thomas. So Wallace and Bailey are some definite upside plays there. It is a little surprising that Vassell is still sitting here now at pick 121, which it's an easy pick to me to get in there. Aaron Gordon even at that spot's pretty good. Throw Aldama and Pods into my queue. And of course, you know, the guy that I always have to draft, DeAndre Hunter. Chris Middleton, where that is early on Middleton, 122. Middleton should be drafted, but that feels a bit early for a guy that you just have no faith of playing at all within the year. Also, TJ McConnell, bro. He's out for like a month at least. No. Pajemski, 125. That's actually pretty good. I think that's good. Westbrook at 126. What for? What, like literally what for? I don't get why you would be picking Westbrook. What's the point of it? Keegan Murray, PJ Washington. I don't normally see PJ go this early. Kyle Filipowski also feels too early. Like, what is the path for his minutes? Where is he going to play enough minutes for like 2 months, 3 months? I don't. As much as he was good last season, where does he play? How does he play? It's not easy, man. If this guy takes DeAndre Hunter, he took the current Hawks small forward. Did Aldama go? He did. I'm going to have to take Hunter there. Even though I do need another shooting guard. Bro, there's not many shooting guards that I want here. I just take Grimes here, I think. Yeah, I'll just take Grimes there. Pippen was another one. Then I got Cater, Huff as options on the way back around. Because I'll have not the final one. I'll have the final 2 picks of the next. You know what I mean, I think. God, that was terribly described. After Grimes went the big cock, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Daniel Gafford up next, who is also injured to begin the season. Nemesh Cater at 136. Again, I think it's going to be very frustrating trying to figure out the Celtics. I think you're going to have Boucher, you're going to have Cater, you're going to have a little bit of Tillman, you'll have Garza, and it makes them all enticing and annoying at the same time. After Cater goes Knipple, Castle, Neesmith at 139. Throw Ty Jerome into my queue for a sec. No one has bit on D'Angelo Russell yet. Interesting. He normally goes way earlier than this. I don't think that it's wrong that he hasn't gone, but it is intriguing. Al Horford at 140 is a pick that I do like. Kuminga 141. I do find it hard to believe that he will be useful, but it's not a bad pick at that stage. Mitch Robinson, the report came out today that they will be sitting him on back-to-backs as well. So while he's probably going to start, he's going to be managed pretty heavily. Taylor Hendricks at 143 and Suggs at 144. And as much as I hated it when Suggs was going in the 80s at 140, we like that quite a bit, actually. I think that's pretty strong. Carter 145, Wendell Carter, Dylan Harper 146. I've had people getting very hyped on Harper. Some people even asking, hey, do I add him in 10-team leagues? I like Dylan Harper a lot. It's just very hard for a rookie guard with other guards in front of him to be good enough to be rostered in fantasy from the get-go. Harper, Hauser at 147, Bilal 148, D'Lo 149, which at that spot, whatever, totally cool. Jay Huff at 150. Yeah. Just making some changes to some of my projections as we do this. So Boucher goes. I like the Boucher pick. Davion Mitchell goes. I like that pick. Keyshawn George at 153. I like that pick. We are getting back to my selection here. Should I... Although most of the Flyer centers that I wanted are gone, I'm going to take Pippen. But what I'm going to do with the last pick to satisfy old mate, I'm going to take Yusuf Nurkic just in case Walker Kessler is out opening night. That's all. That's the only reason I'm doing it, just in case Walker is out, and then I'll move on. Just in case. Because he's an easy drop, and just in case. We'll see. And that's my team done. Let's see how the rest of this draft goes. Young Han Sen, people are frothing this guy at the moment. I just don't think there are going to be enough minutes for him to do enough to matter for most of your leagues. Maybe I'll be wrong on that. It's obviously possible. But yeah, I think there's just a bit of... I worry with Hansen, young Hansen, that he gets a little of the bowl. In that, like, every tiny thing gets hyped. And expectations and over-exaggerations are rife. I'm not saying he'll be as bad of a player as Bol, because Bol was actually legitimately terrible. I think Young can be okay, but it's going to be one of those ones where every little thing is just amplified. So just, again, all I preach to you, it's not to be a hater, it's not to do that, it's just to understand the lens through which you receive information about the league. Because the fluffing can be crazy. After Collier goes, Monk, Adembona, Bubbles Carrington, Bryce Sensabaugh, Keon Ellis, Jalen Wells, Joshy Minot. Nice. Colin Murray Boyles, you've got to be from Canada. And then Scoot at 168. So my team, picking a 12, starting with Towns. So Towns and Durant, Jaren Jackson and Cooper Flagg, Anunoby and Poole, Naz Reid, Tamani Kamara, Tobias Harris, Herb Jones, DeAndre Hunter, Quentin Grimes, Scottie Pippen, and lastly, Yusuf Nurkic. That is my team. I'm relatively happy with how that turned out. I would hope that some of those positions update because they currently sit and make no sense, but we will find out. And overall, yeah, pretty happy with how that played out. Who was undrafted? In both Kyrie and DeJounte not drafted. Grayson Allen not drafted, who probably should have been. Kelly Oubre, Moussa Diabate, Nikola Jovic. Interesting. Cam Whitmore. Edgecombe. Some interesting players that usually are drafted that were not. It's tough from 12. It's not an easy spot to pick, especially without third round reversal. My team's positioned, that Hops Reed is projected first, but it's pretty narrow between him and Aim High. I was projected 5th, but all pretty tight on this one outside of the last couple of teams, Allegis and Al Abdi. But that's all right. Pretty good draft. So, that's the end of it. We've got a couple more spinning wheel drafts to come up. You know what to do. You give it a hype if you are watching on the mobile app. Otherwise, it's a subscribe, it's a comment, it's leave those comments, it's double bang, it's all of that stuff. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.